What's up, YouTube? This is Dad Chill. I found this image that blew my mind, so I decided to draw it out right here and give you guys a lesson on spiritual bypassing versus authentic healing. So, spiritual bypassing can be viewed as fragmentation. The definition of fragmentation via Google is the process or state of breaking or being broken into fragments. So that can be like living only a certain part of yourself, not being able to be whole. As we would say, in authentic healing, you are being wholeness, or I've been compared to Jesus Christ many times in my life based on my virtues and the way I live. But in order to be wholeness, or holy, they say that it's dedicated or consecrated to God or a religious purpose, sacred. However, to be holy, you truly need to be whole. You need to be all of your entire self, a thing that is incomplete by itself. You need to be whole by yourself and not fragmented, broken apart like a piece of glass all over the place where you have to pick up parts of yourself and then glue them back together. You could just realize you were whole, having emotions as a human being by yourself. So now what I'll get to is spiritual bypassing. Its structure is a hierarchy. So here we have high vibes, which would be like ascension, love, peace, joy, and flow. And here we got low vibes: resistance, sadness, rage, grief, hurt. There's obviously a middleness there too, but we're just going straight from high to low, and on how this is a hierarchy. The belief upon this is that some emotions are better or more enlightened than others. This can be a really struggling process when you're spiritually awakening and getting new information into your life, and you're on the path of ascension, to where anything that is not ascension, you resist it. And I've been in that scale, of only wanting to experience high vibe without experience anything low. However, what most people don't understand about this is in the way that its action affects you is that it misappropriates spiritual teachings to justify emotional repression. So while being on the spiritual bypassing path of fragmentation, you could eventually be repressing your own emotional feelings, because you're only trying to be in a certain spectrum where you don't allow these ones to be there, So what happens in this process is usually the following: like, you'll be stuck on the high vibe path, and you won't be able to express anything else that comes into you. It'll be like a blockage because you're so focused on the high vibes, that the low vibes you grow resistant to them, and once struggle comes in, or like experiences that are not so happy, or not always flowing into your highest abundance or for the best possible potential, you resist them, and you resist them to a point where you eventually get hurt. You go through the scale of emotions, and this it's like not being able to really master the spiral, as we say. There's like a vibrational scale with the law of attraction. What goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. So focused on ascending that you don't know how to stay neutral when bad things come your way, so that you resist them, and then you eventually go descending towards them. Whereas authentic healing and wholeness is an expression of, being your whole self, being all of your entire self. So you're a human, And despite me being considering yourself as a star seed, indigo, seeded incarnate from the stars, that can be true. But you came into this body, into this vessel, which is a human, your avatar, your skin, this flesh, this density that we fell down into. We got to be whole with it, bro. Like we can't bypass everything, We're here to have a human experience on this earth, this master school for spiritual evolution. So on the spiritual path, we might be so stuck up on wanting to spiritually bypass everything that we forget about authentic healing, man. And this is something that blew my mind, because I was really stuck into wanting to only be a certain way, to when other things came my way that I wouldn't handle it right, I'd resist it, and I wouldn't be my authentic self. I was repressing a lot of emotions, which is energy and motion. The scale of emotions. This is all just energy and motion. Whether you're going to be, an unconditional love with 100% integrity to the top, a neutral feeling of boredom, like hopefulness, or you're gonna go down into like apathy and grief and like unworthiness and shame. Like these are all just scales of emotions that we were given as humans to experience, So when the going gets rough, you feel it, man. Your belief in authentic healing and being whole is that all emotions are sacred, and they're valuable in their context, and they carry deep wisdom for us. So the whole experience that we're getting out of this at the end is to accept and embrace the full spectrum of human experience. We were incarnated in here with no memory of our past lives for most of us, until we tapped into the Akashics to a point where we just started remembering things and knowing who we are. But at the end of the day, being able to differentiate between these two can really help you not self-sabotage yourself. Like, for example, like we could picture a high vibe ascension, like maybe just a Buddha. Like I give you an image, a mental image of a Buddha just sitting lotus pose in a certain center place, and he's just looking out there all zen and peaceful. And then we have a person who could do the same thing as Buddha, stay peaceful and be ascension, but his girlfriend just broke up with him, man, and they were in like a 2-year thing, and now he's sitting in grief and hurt next to a dumpster, like just crying. That man is not any different than the Buddha, like he knows how to meditate, and sit with it and be in peace, but he was given low vibes, so what I'm getting at is, when life throws you things, you need to learn how to sit with it and feel the wholeness of what it is to be human. We feel all of everything. We're multi-dimensional beings on this vibrational scale. Just because we're sometimes in the 5th dimension, or maybe even higher, the 6th, and we're truly in tune with our galactic selves and our soul star, or maybe higher chakras, does not mean that something can't happen to where our emotional scale goes down. And when that happens, you can't just spiritually bypass it. It's crazy. It's like maybe you've been low on a certain thing because something happens in your life, and then you're just playing heart chakra music frequency to try and spiritually bypass it by not going problem, reaction, solution, but just problem, solution. Like, I got a problem, I'm not going to react or respond to it, I'm just going to salute it with spiritual bypassing. Nah, it's best you react and respond, and you meditate on how you can fix the problem or reaction, or better yourself without allowing it to disturb you for too long. Processing the emotions, figuring out why you reacted that way, and then continuing to be better. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say for this video. I just wanted to let you guys know about this this image right here. If you guys want to, you can screenshot it right here like that. And I hope this video gave you the self-realization to understand the difference between these two and how to balance yourself out so that you can stay whole. That's all I have to say for this video, man. This is Dad Chill 777. Y'all stay blessed, stay focused, stay vigilant. Rock and roll.